Hey everybody, and welcome to the RGR Football Channel. My name is Daniel Harms, film analyst here. I am without Ryan today, so I'm going to do the game plan. Make sure you're hitting that sub button, the like, and the bell notification so you get everything that we do here at RGR on a daily basis. The first thing the Chiefs have to focus on in this game, because this is kind of a revenge game for them. Remember, they got blown the doors off of them last year by the Tennessee Titans, which really kind of propelled them into being where they got to at the end of the season last year. The first thing we have to see them do, as it is with every single Tennessee Titans team, you have to stop Derrick Henry. He is in a resurgence part of his season. He's having a great season. The last 4 games against the Texans, he has gone over 200 yards and 2 touchdowns in each of them. That's insane. They have been unable to stop him on the ground. So the Chiefs, that display one of the worst rushing defenses in the NFL, especially over the last 3 games for them, they have to get to him now. They have to get to him early. They have to be able to get behind the lines. The Titans don't have a ton of firepower on the offensive side in terms of the passing game. So if you force them into a game where you're going to be up and you can't run the ball as effectively as you want to, they pretty much are powerless to stop the Chiefs anywhere else. So they have to get to Derrick Henry. They have to make this game one-dimensional, like I said, it always is. I'm not going to spend too much time with it. Second one, they have to focus on, they have to be engaged mentally with a physical mindset. The Titans always play the Chiefs tough. They always play them physically, okay? So this game, they have to understand that going in, especially with that mentality. It's Sunday Night Football. You need to come out and show that you're prepared to be played physically against. The Titans may not be the most talent-savvy team in the NFL. They're very well coached, and they are coached physically on offense and defense. The Chiefs offense needs to come out understanding that the receivers are going to get held. Travis Kelce is going to get held. You have to find ways to scheme them open, get off of that coverage, and be able to get open. That's the big thing for me, is coming out mentally engaged against a team that's going to play physically. They have the #1 rush defense in the NFL, so I'd love to see the offensive line come out with a little bit of a chip on their shoulder after that bye week and move some people in the run game just a little bit. You don't need a lot, just to be able to get enough going that they can effectively continue to alter some game plans with a little more play action, where you just see a little bit that tick forward from a linebacker. It's just an extra tick. We know that play action already has an impact on the defense, but when you have some success running the ball, you can add a little bit more to that. So I'd love to see that. The third thing that we're going to see today, that we need to see on Sunday, is the pass rush. The Tennessee Titans have the 30th ranked offensive line in terms of pass protection. Even without Frank Clark, they have to take advantage of that, whether that's going to be messing up some protection calls with different looks from linebackers and other blitzers from the secondary. We know Steve Spagnuolo is going to do that. They have to be able to find different, unique ways to get home with 4. Like I said, you don't have Frank Clark, but you will have Mike Dana back. Hopefully you see a step up from George Karlaftis, who's done a really good job implementing himself in this defense and taking what the staff has given him and being a huge team player. You also might see more Chris Jones on the outside, which might leave guys like Colin Saunders playing a little bit more of that 3-tech position. So come out, get that pass rush going, get in there early. Again, if you come out and you stop Derrick Henry early, you can force some of those play actions, some of those third downs where they're just solely in passing mode. Get to Ryan Tannehill or whoever it is, Malik Willis or Ryan Tannehill. Get him on the ground. Make him feel that you're here and you're physical too. That's the one of the mentalities that I want to see come to fruition with this pass rush. The last thing we're talking about, number 4, on offense, come out firing. This defense is, like I said, it's the #1 rush defense, but if you come out and put a defense on their toes by chunking down the field, they have the 15th ranked pass defense according to Football Outsiders. That's where all these stats come from, by the way, Football Outsiders. All of that, you can find ways to start moving the ball in different, unique ways. Stretch the field horizontally with Mecole Hardman, vertically with everyone else, including Mecole Hardman, MVS, Juju Smith-Schuster, Travis Kelce, and then maybe you have a couple packages for Kadarius Toney. Just a little bit here and there. We're not trying to get him out as a full-fledged receiver yet. He's not ready for that. But if you sprinkle him in a little bit, you can stretch that defense horizontally, you can stretch him vertically, and you can really attack the deficiencies and the youth of this defense. The youth of this defense you can really get after. So I want to see them come out firing. We know this is a pass first oriented offense anyway. Take advantage of the defense early and show them that you can play, that you're going to force them to play to you and you not be forced to play to the defense. That's the one thing that I think we've seen, especially in the regular season over the course of the last couple of years, that the Dolphins typically tends to play to the defense and not force them to play to the offense. They do that in this game, they're going to come out pretty big winners. All right, now we're all done with that. We're going to get into the stat primer with Gary McKenzie.
Thank you, fellas. Now let's take a look at the stat primer between the Chiefs and the Titans heading into the Sunday night matchup. This is the 52nd game between these two teams during the regular season. The Chiefs owned the regular season matchup, having a 27-24 record versus the Titans franchise. Interestingly enough, Andy Reid has struggled versus the Titans during his tenure with the Chiefs. He has a 1-4 record in the regular season versus the Titans. Patrick Mahomes has an 0-2 record for the Titans during the regular season. Looking at the stats on the offensive side of the ball is where we'll start. The Titans' offense is what the kids would call mid. It's hasn't been too flashy in many areas. In fact, they rank in the 20th and above in yards per play, passing yards per play, points per drive, points per game. They've allowed a lot of sacks so far in this season, ranking 29th in sack percentage, giving up a sack in almost 10% of their dropbacks. So if you're looking for a game for the Chiefs pass rush to get right, this is a good opponent to do it against. So hopefully they can get to Tannehill, if he's starting, a lot throughout the game. Comparatively speaking, the Chiefs' offense runs circles around the Titans' offense. They've got them beat in every single metric except for turnover percentage. So the Chiefs have turned the ball over slightly more often than the Titans have on offense. The Chiefs turned the ball over on 8.3% of their drives. Well, the Titans have only turned the ball over on 8%. So that's the only place where the Titans have the Chiefs edged on offense. Looking at the defensive side of the Titans are also fairly mid in their yards per play allowed and their net passing yard per play allowed. The Chiefs, on the other hand, are 16th in the NFL in yards, allowing 5.6 yards per play, and they're allowing 6.3 net passing yards per play, both which are better than the Titans' defense. So into this game, the Titans have a 5-2 record. You might think, okay, if their offense isn't playing that great, then their defense has to be playing outstandingly well. That's not the case. So the Titans have been better than the Chiefs in points per game allowed. They've only allowed 19.7 points per game, but the Chiefs are trailing them, allowing 24.6 points per game. That's good for 23rd in the NFL. The Titans top 10 in points per game allowed, ranking 9th in the NFL. In terms of pressure percentage, both the Titans and Chiefs are close to one another, pressuring the opponent quarterback about 24.8, 24.9% of the time. The difference where the two teams diverge as far as scheme goes on defense, the Titans do not blitz very much. They're 23rd in the NFL, blitzing on roughly 1 out of every 5 pass attempts that their opponent makes, whereas the Chiefs have blitzed the eighth most in the NFL, blitzing on roughly 30% of dropbacks. So the Titans' front four has been able to get to the quarterback much more effectively than the Chiefs' front four. They've been doing it without having to send a blitz. This is where things get interesting. A strength versus strength matchup between these two teams. The Chiefs' third down offense ranks number 1 in the NFL, getting a first down 51.9% of the time. That's incredible. However, on the other side of the ball, the Titans' defense, their third down percentage on defense is number 1 in the NFL, only allowing a first down on 25.6% of their opponent's attempts. This is going to be an interesting matchup to see throughout the game. And one opponent that the Bills have or that the Titans have faced that were similar to the Chiefs' offense are the Bills. So the Bills have converted roughly 50% of their third down conversions, but the Titans were able to hold Buffalo to only 5 out of 13 on their third down attempts when they met earlier this season. That's a percentage of 38% conversion rate for the Bills, which was 12% lower than their average on the year. Another strength versus strength matchup. The Chiefs' offense does not turn the ball over. They're ranked 7th in the NFL, whereas the Titans' defense is good at forcing turnovers. They're 5th in the NFL, forcing a turnover on almost 15% of their opponent drives. So winning on third down, taking care of the ball are two things the Chiefs' offense needs to do throughout the game. In terms of strength versus a weakness, the Chiefs' offense, their passing attack versus the Titans' pass defense should be a problem for the Titans throughout the game. The Chiefs are ranked 3rd in the NFL in net passing yards per play, while the Titans are ranked 21st. So their pass defense hasn't been there this year, and you'd hope that Mahomes can take advantage of that. Also to note, another strength versus weakness is the Chiefs' pass rush, with Spagnuolo dialing up blitzes They're getting pressure on the opposing quarterback, almost 20. And the Titans, once again, have allowed a sack on 10% of their passing plays. So look for the Chiefs defense once again to get right going after the quarterback. As far as predictions go for this game, Ryan is predicting the Chiefs win 27-17. Dan's predicting the Chiefs win 31-14. And I am predicting the Chiefs to win 24-13. I have hope that with McDuffie coming back, the Chiefs defense can put a low-scoring output there throughout the game and handle the Titans offense, which has had its problems throughout the season. But let us know in the comments what your predictions are. How do you think the Chiefs are going to do in this game? Do you think it's going to be a flashback of their prior troubles that they've had with Tennessee, or do you think they're break free from that? Let us know in the comments. As always, make sure to like, share, and subscribe. With that, thank you for joining us on this week's Primer.
Thanks for watching this video from the team at RGR Football. Click these videos to see more and subscribe to RGR Football.